Hi, host Eric here, and I've been asked to respond to this video by a viewer. I can't watch the whole hour of it because I want to do a go-to-meeting pretty soon. But I'm curious what it is. This name sounds familiar, Stephan. I think he's a libertarian. This guy's blah blah blind, so let's just skip past him a bit. He doesn't really have anything to say. This guy's kind of a douchebag. I mean, I don't mean to be. I shouldn't say that. I really shouldn't. I'm sure he's a nice guy or whatever, but I hate his.
Hillary Clinton and to push DNC's agenda right before the convention. That is really a surprising thing, and the fact that it didn't really seem to show up at all is not too surprising. But it's like they're living in this bubble where it's like they're naked, but they think, oh, it's like when kids play hide and go seek and they say, you can't see me because I can't see you. It's like they're living in this bubble and they don't know what everyone's talking about outside.
Yeah, get it. This is the biggest advantage that the
Who
Trump.
cares? What is that? I mean, I guess that's fine. Okay, let's see. Let's go a little further.
We do. We view the world through the lens of factual evidence. If for something to be true, it has to be backed up by the facts. But a progressive views the world through the lens that progressivism.
No, shut up. Look, we really need to not do that group thing. All right, you notice how you don't hear me talking about the left that often or progressives that often. I'm mostly talking about what the correct course of action is, because that's why we're so locked into fucking wrongness. It doesn't matter if they're the progressives, the left, or whatever, or the right, or anybody else. There's a simple set of principles that adjudicates for practical reasons for society, like the laws and shit, and the government, and how individuals should interact with each other, and how systems integrity should be maintained. And stuff that runs afoul of core axiomatic principles is bad, and stuff that doesn't is permissible, possibly good. So it's that simple. There's no reason to talk about groups. That plays into the existing divisions. It's not those progressives over there. Everyone's a fucking moron. All right. Politically, yes. I'm sorry. You know who's not? Chad. Chad's not a moron. Chad knows what the fuck he's talking about. Zach's not a moron. Zach knows what he's talking about, right? People who are talking with famous people are not morons about politics because, why? Because we actually argue the points. We're not here to talk about whether the progressives are good or the progressives are bad or the neocons are good or the neocons are bad. Who the fuck cares? Those labels for those groups are irrelevant. Let's proceed.
Is the ultimate truth. And then anything that serves progressivism is therefore true, whether it's factual or not.
Well, this is the Robin Hood split, I think, between the Republicans and the Democrats. So the king views Robin Hood as a thief and an outlaw and wants to, throw him in jail and so on. Robin Hood views himself as a liberator of unjustly stolen wealth to redistribute it back to the poor serfs and the poor farmers and so on, who've been so unjustly pillaged by the powers that be. And because the Democrats come from a socialist, if not downright communist background, they view the amount of money in the world as fixed.
No. What do I think about that? I think it's fucking stupid. That's what I think it is. It's playing that group thing. I used to do this when I was younger. When I used to read the news and get really mad at Bush and Cheney and stuff, and fuck the fucking Republicans and hate them so much. And no, I was wrong then when I did it, and to the extent that I still do it, sometimes I'm wrong now when I do it. It's fucking stupid. That's not what we're doing here. We're not saying one team's good and one team's bad. Who cares about the team thing at all? It doesn't matter. This isn't a competition. This is an interesting thing, okay? Because, I'm very pro-competition. But the competition is put in the wrong place here. The competition in a democracy needs to be between the ideas. Not the parties, not the candidates, the ideas. Why? Well, because if the candidates were actually talking about real ideas and trying to be consistent with themselves, trying to think about arguments that have to withstand a basic reciprocal burdens test. This is the thing about the politician in the contemporary world. Is the politician in the contemporary world is spending their energy to obfuscate at all times and to prevent discourse at all times on substantive issues. They're not going to allow themselves to get pinned down and subject to actual cross-examination. I will. I'm running for president. Anyone can ask me anything. They can bring me their views, tell me why I'm wrong. I'm happy to argue it out until they walk away with their tail in between their legs and hopefully disavow those bad arguments. I'm not saying believe differently now. That's a mistake to think that you cause people to believe things or not believe things. That's not what we're trying to do here. It's this simple, right? Belief is behavior, okay? So, if people make bad arguments, they believe those bad arguments. When they stop making them, because they always lose, then they're either silent or they make different arguments. If they're making different arguments, they're no longer believing the old arguments. If they remain silent, well, it's a number of possible things that could mean. They're learning, they're pouting, whatever. But the fact is, at some point, the reality is going to intrude upon them that the arguments they're using are bad. Stop talking about belief. Let's stop talking about belief entirely. We don't need to talk about belief. It never should come in. Well, their beliefs. You mean the arguments they're making? Or what? What are you describing? You don't know what's inside their head. This is something that you be trying to use on me. I watched that video. He's like, so you're telling me what's in my head or something. Yeah, I'm telling you that you're not, you don't have a chicken's brain inside your skull. And I'm describing specific qualities implicit to human consciousness, such as proportional relationships, exclusive relationships, stuff like that. So this is another example, right? But I don't know why I got sidetracked on that. What am I arguing about here? I forgot whose chops I'm busting about what. Oh, that fucking video that Meg Ryan had me watch. Those people are idiots.